After the Core Air, we now also have the Core Air Pro, the version with an Aluula frame for testing in both 15 and 17 square meters. The front tube here is also supported by a 7-point bridle without pulleys. The steering lines are connected directly to the tip, and there are 3 different options to further adjust bar pressure and turning speed. There are line deflectors at the end of the front tube and on both outer struts. The middle strut does not have a line deflector. The Air Pro is inflated and deflated using the familiar core inlet and outlet valve. The one pump system here is also kept short and straight. As mentioned, the frame for the kite here is made of Aluula. This is a well-known material. It is sealed with a simple kedder seam, which is doubled from the inside and stitched 4 times. For the canopy, we have a triple ripstop material. This canopy material extends all the way into the tips. The trailing edge is overall very broadly reinforced, and there are 3 battens on each tip side to prevent any fluttering even at higher flight speeds. And to keep everything that looks good in good shape, all the segment transitions are reinforced with rubberized material. The cross struts are each attached to the canopy with a double zigzag seam and are doubled and glued from the inside. At the transition from the leading edge to the canopy, there is also a narrow strip of fabric for reinforcement. On the Core Air Pro, the airflow attaches even a bit faster and more precisely than on the Core Air. Thanks to its highly consistent and reliable base pull, it is designed to deliver a truly steady and continuous forward drive, all while ensuring you don't experience any of those distracting or annoying sensations of lateral forces. With a large twin-tip board, 1.60 meters by 45 centimeters, you can start keeping your height from 6 knots onwards at 80 kilograms. In terms of foiling, the whole thing can be shifted down another knot. In the lower wind range, the upwind performance is even slightly better than with the Core Air, as well as in the upper wind range. In the lower range, that's naturally due to the low weight, and in the upper range, it's thanks to the excellent profile stability provided by the Aluula frame and the optimal support from the 7-point bridle. Corrections on the upwind course are not necessary here. When it comes to bar feeling, this is one of the first points where the Core Air Pro really stands out. The forces required for steering are in the medium to light range, and that's consistent throughout. All of this is combined with truly, absolutely precise and direct steering, again made possible by the direct bridle, which works here without pulleys and delivers a level of agility in the 15 and especially the 17 square meter sizes that we haven't experienced before. If you compare the base pull with the Core XR LW, meaning the previous models or that model, we have here a consistent, equally strong base pull, just like with the Core XR. Only that here we don't feel any increasing lateral forces even in strong gusts. Instead, the kite just moves a little bit further forward. And it always remains pleasant and controlled, as does the rest of the forward drive. And that applies to absolutely every position in the wind window. Even when you fly it low, the power delivery remains completely consistent. Throughout its entire flight profile, the Core Air Pro impresses with its truly phenomenal agility. It really feels almost exactly like an average 12 square meter kite. And that goes for both the 15 and 17 square meter sizes as well. The difference, why both exist, and so on and so forth, I'll get back to that at a later point. But both sizes are just so incredibly responsive and agile. They have an absolutely smooth flight profile, and all of that comes with high flight speed at times as well. The profile and flight stability are also absolutely outstanding. We don't quite reach the same value in very light wind as a Whisper model in 15 square meters, because that kite moves much less from right to left in its wind window and simply has incredible stability there. but this one almost achieves the same level. Even in stronger winds, this canopy never deforms at all. It always holds its shape perfectly. The depower capability is consistent and absolutely linear. Thanks to the intuitive handling of the Core Air Pro, you get a really wide wind range here. Of course, an important question is how the Core Air Pro in 17 square meters can be launched from shallow water at 6 to 8 knots. The safety system is triggered at 6 kilograms and a load of 120 kilograms. Thanks to the click-in system, it's very easy to reassemble. It doesn't require much attention at all. Also, since the change in the depower system, meaning the kite now depowers via a single frontline safety, this is also unproblematic, and you really don't need to pay much attention to it because it stays calmly on the ground without pulling. The relaunch is surprisingly good. This is partly due to a stronger sweep of the kite. It's very lightweight, an airflow that attaches extremely quickly even in light wind, and this stiff Aluula frame, which allows you to easily peel the kite out by pulling and holding a steering line. So even the relaunch in very light wind, where you still can do kite foiling well, or light wind kiting with a large board, is absolutely easy. The Core Air and the Core Air Pro are now the current light wind kites, but ultimately, according to Core, they are much more than that, because in this segment, especially in the light wind sector, they want to evoke the feeling of a 12-meter big air kite, so that you can achieve the best possible height and already start training technically challenging jumps. And for that, of course, you need a certain level of agility and flight speed, and that's exactly what the Core Air Pro delivers in the sizes we tested, 15 and 17 square meters, par excellence. Especially when it comes to jumping, you shouldn't forget that a significant part of it depends on the rider's technique. With a clean takeoff technique and a well-controlled board at takeoff, generating as much line tension as possible through optimal body posture, you achieve excellent jumping performance. And to make sure everything fits together perfectly, we really recommend combining it with a fast board. Thanks to its aspect ratio, the Core Air also delivers excellent hang time. This can definitely be further enhanced by utilizing the kite's high flight speed and steering it precisely in the air, allowing you to extend the flight phases even more. These are aspects that couldn't be achieved with more conventional kite designs or older models, simply because, especially in these sizes, we usually didn't have such high flight speeds. Therefore, from our side, we recommend the Core Air Pro for the more athletically ambitious rider. And with 15 square meters, this setup should be optimal for a body weight of 60 to 80 kilograms. And from 80 kilograms upwards, thanks to its almost identical agility and a very broadly controllable wind range at the upper end, this size is also very well suited for those over 80 kilos. At the same time, we also had the Juice D-Lab in the test and of course compared it as well in the 15 square meter size. It was by no means as agile, it was very consistent, very even, also powerful, but more in a conventional way. What Core is offering now with the Air Pro is really something new. It's a new level of agility, and especially for demanding riders, it just adds that extra bit of fun. And in this price segment, we're talking about €3,200 to €3,500. It really can't be about the money anymore. At this point, it's all about maximizing the fun. And from our side, we can absolutely promise you that with the Core Air Pro in light wind conditions, if you like to jump and want to get a similar feeling to what you would usually only get from a 12 square meter kite, this is the one. All we can say is it's really awesome.